Aussie. Aussie. Angry, Aussie.
Evening all, seeing out the weekend. I'm just making my non-alcoholic beverage. Got lemonade. Going to add some pineapple coconut drink to it. Might be enough. A little bit more lemonade. Hello, Meglich. That made the world of difference. That little splash of lemonade made a world of difference. So, winding down from the weekend, bracing oneself for Monday. Fox of Fate, good evening. Oh, what a time. Whatever I've been out to, actually did go out and have some Mexican food last night, which was nice. Other than that, fairly uneventful weekend. Lounging about, as I like to do on weekends. Watching things, having televisual experiences. It's just, it's a thing. It's weekend. It's where we wind down. I found out my boss quit on Friday. My immediate boss gave 2 weeks notice. So that kind of, points to fun and games. My contract runs to the end of June. So I have to see what happens after that. So, fun hand games abound. So I'm on like a 4-person team, and the boss of the team quit, and another person in the team had been talking about definitely going, maybe going soon or whatnot. So I think the other guy on the team may have some interest in staying on, like if there's a extension of our contracts. Me, I'm lazy. If someone offers me a deal to stay where I am, I'm probably going to take it, because the job market just kind of sucks. To put it simply, it sucks. If I can avoid that, great. And it's the fun at the moment. I'm in the best financial position I've been in for ages, years and years. Could easily survive a year without a job. Preferably I don't want to blow all that unnecessarily. So if I get a job that I'm happy with, then, we'll take that on. So I have several temptations to drink too much tonight. Not like, when I say drink too much, I don't mean like that Friday night when I got fucking plastered, drink too much. I mean more than 1 or maybe 2 drinks on a work night's too much. I've got a whole bunch of clarified cocktails, which are all good. I guess more, but particularly I made some banana syrup, and I need to try it out. So I'm going to make at least 1 alcoholic beverage, and I think I'll make it with the banana syrup. I want to see what the banana syrup is like in a drink. Probably something with rum. Banana and rum seems like a good idea. So that's probably what's going to happen. I haven't had a proper taste of this banana syrup I made. So I need to test it. It's pretty easy. It's just sugar. They've literally got banana skins and covered them in sugar. And the sugar leached all the moisture out of the banana skins and turned into a liquid. And that's now my banana syrup. So, yes, I'll be in. And I used a fairly a strong flavored sugar. It was an unprocessed brown sugar, is a coconut sugar. So it already had a fairly strong flavor, and I'm not sure if the banana overpowers its initial flavor, or if its initial flavor overpowers the banana. I think I'll make, seeing the banana syrup was so easy, I might make another one with white sugar and see what that's like. It'll probably be for a video. I probably will do a video of comparing the banana syrups and see which one's best. Because why not? It's like, hey, I come up with creative excuses to drink alcohol because I'm doing them for YouTube. It's probably, that's probably a really questionable thing. It's like, the doctor says, you should quit drinking for your health. I'm like, but what about my YouTube channel? What? YouTube? Why are you drinking for your YouTube channel? I don't know. It's a chicken and egg thing. Am I drinking for my YouTube channel, or did I invent the YouTube channel to give me an excuse to be drinking? I don't know. Which drives the other. Does the YouTube channel drive me to keep mixing drinks, or did the drinks drive the create? I'd like to think the drinks drove the creation of the YouTube channel. Whether that's what a professional would agree with, I don't know. So the buzz of me. So I'm just going to continue. Turn my book. Oh well, that's okay. So yes, we just continue on our merry way. I watched some bits of old movies today. Old, I mean like 30-year-old movies, just because they were on, essentially. Scent of a Woman, one where Al Pacino gets to do his classic overacting, where he appears to think shouting is acting. It's always a good laugh when Al Pacino starts shouting. So wow. Sorry, I was just looking up something on the Difford's Guide cocktail website, and I thought they'll have a rum old fashioned, which is what I'll make later. And they've got on this day thing. Today is the anniversary of the death of Oliver Reed, one of these extreme drunken hellraisers from the British acting scene. There's like Oliver Reed and Richard Burton and who were the other ones? Peter O'Toole and Richard Harris, was that his name? Richard Harris? They were just mad fucking drunks, and which killed a lot of them somewhat more prematurely than they may have otherwise died. But yes, they weren't exactly advertisements for oh, there's nothing wrong with drinking alcohol. I'm gonna have to stop wearing these. Can you see there's a mark there? Like, let's get that wrong. Sort of broke the skin there. I am going to have to get these adjusted, because the arms got adjusted, which was great, but then the little nose things are in the wrong thing, and they hurt my nose. My poor little delicate nose gets hurt, so I'm going to have them adjusted again. It's an interesting recipe for a rum old fashioned. Ad falernum. I would have thought it was just rum, sugar, and bitters. But they want to be fussy and creative. 2 sorts of rum and falernum and sugar and bitters. Adapted from a recipe created in 2009 by Gonzalo de Souza Montero in Berlin, Germany. I think you get his name, this like super Spanish name, but he was working in a bar in Berlin. So why the heck not? Right, I'm going to do a version of that a bit later. Shieldsy, who knows what everyone's up to, man? Sometimes the streams get off to a slow start. Sometimes all the regulars are doing something else at the same time. It's just the way it goes. Everyone has lives to one extent or another. I don't take it personally if people take some time to have their own life rather than drop in on the stream. It's just the way it goes. My favorite thing, like I'm always looking for a theme for the live streams, like what happened on this day. And I was looking up famous birthdays. And there was a guy, a white reggae artist, who was known as Judge Dredd, Dread. And I realized, wow, that's where the name for the comic character, Judge Dredd, Dredd, comes from. And I never knew that. And I was a big Judge Dredd comic fan. And the intro in his Wikipedia biography is hilarious. He was an English reggae ska musician. He was the first white recording artist to have a reggae hit in Jamaica, and the BBC has banned more of his songs than those for any other recording artist. This is because of his frequent use of sexual innuendo and double entendres. Following his death, Rolling Stone reported he sold several million albums through his 25-plus year career and was second only to Bob Marley in UK reggae sales during the 1970s. He was fucking huge, and I'd never heard of him. That's wild. Shields, you reckon people might be watching Big Brother or Lego Masters? I would be very dubious about their taste in entertainments if they were. I'm a bit judgmental that way. So, yeah, he was born on 2nd May 1945. God, so he died relatively young. Jesus, he was only 54 when he died. Shit. No, 52, not 54. I was looking at the wrong date there. He was only 52 when he died. Shit. The huge, heavyset man met Jamaican artists Derek Morgan and Prince Buster through his job as a bouncer at London nightclubs, such as the Ram Jam in Brixton. Then another job as a bodyguard. After working as a professional wrestler under the name The Masked Executioner and as a debt collector for Trojan Records, he worked as a DJ on local radio. In the 1960s, he was also sometimes employed to provide security at the Rolling Stones. This guy is the fucking epitome of a colorful character. That fucking resume, bouncer, bodyguard, DJ, professional wrestler. So Prince Buster had a big underground hit in 1969 with Big Five. He's capitalized on it with the recording of his own Big Six. It was picked up by Trojan boss Lee Gopthal, released on Trojan's Big Shot record label under the stage name Judge Dredd. Oh, and that is a name of a Prince Buster song. There you go. There you go. According to UK newspaper The Independent, this came about after he played the track to Trojan Records production. So the 70s was his big time, and the late 70s is when the comic character Judge Dredd was created. Oh, that's fascinating. Abigail, what an entrance. Fair enough. Is that a general hello, or is the fibromyalgia playing up? I'm going to have to find this stuff. So Judge Dredd died from a heart attack after he walked off stage after performing at the Penny Theatre in Canterbury, 13th March 1998. According to the Times, his last reported words were, "Let's hear it for the band." When he collapsed, the audience at first thought this was simply part of the act. Off-duty paramedic in the crowd realised it wasn't and attempted resuscitation. Shortly afterwards, Dredd was taken to Kent and Canterbury hospitals where he was pronounced dead. Bet that was from a massive bout of cocaine. So in The Independent, they said he stage act mixing vaudeville, musical, single entendres, and Damn Right Cheek was undoubtedly a major influence on Ian Dury and Buster Bloodvessel. He used to end bad manners shows by baring his huge buttocks. A very Judge Dredd move indeed. I'm going to have to find some of this guy's music now. Listen to it tomorrow. Not in the live stream because content match is so fucking full on. Shannon, hello. Yeah, Abigail, this is my big thing. I found out when I was looking up what happened on this day. A guy, it's the birthday. Well, he's dead, so it's the anniversary of the birth of this performer born Alexander Minto Hughes, but performed under the stage name Judge Dredd, Dread. That's obviously where the comic character Judge Dredd gets his name. As it turns out, this guy took the name from a Prince Buster song. So until today, I didn't know that. I had no idea there was a direct inspiration for the character named Judge Dredd. Wild. It's wild that I didn't know that because I was like reading Judge Dredd comics all through the like 80s and 90s, and trivia is usually my thing, and I just never bothered to discover where the name Judge Dredd came from. Silumi, hello, good evening to you. I'm glad you actually got to meet someone on your date that you didn't get stood up. So I did see those Facebook updates of what was happening. So yes, so you know that's something. We like that. And oh yeah, Fox piping up to say hello. So yeah, that was my big discovery of today. The white reggae artist Judge Dredd, first white person to have a reggae hit in Jamaica, and second only to Bob Marley for reggae record sales in the UK. And he has the record of being he has the record of being the most banned artist by the BBC because of his extensive use of sexual innuendo. And apparently not even innuendo a lot, just smut. It's just a smutty boy. He was a smutty boy. Oh, nice. Silumi, you hung out at your place. Opie approves. So, well, it's you know, even if it's a one-off, that's positive. But yeah, no, that has potential. Speaking of you and Opie and cats, we just had to give the cats a flea treatment. I just realized they had flea bites on me. So we had to give the cats a flea treatment, and then hopefully they'll kill all the fleas. Super annoying. So if there's one here on my arm, so if I'm scratching on my arm, that is what's going on. So that's me lounging about, getting bitten by fleas. Shieldsy, Labor Day, didn't plan shopping right, planning to go shopping one day. Oh, is it a public holiday for you tomorrow? Labor Day, yeah, Labor Day is on a different day in all the states. I don't even know. We just had the whole flurry of public holidays. Here we go. Public holidays in Victoria, 2021. Okay, Anzac Day, Queen's birth. Jesus, we don't have another. Well, actually, that's only a month away. Queen's birthday observed on Monday, 14 June. That's our next one. Oh, that's right. This is the dead zone now. You have a flurry of them around March and April usually, and depends when Easter falls. And then the Queen's birthday in June, and then we don't have another one till the grand final in September and the end of September. So yeah, there's fucking. So and we didn't even get a public holiday for Anzac Day because it was on a Sunday. So realistically, it's like a month and a half till the next public holiday and haven't actually had a public holiday for a month. So that's, 2.5 months between public holidays. And then July, August, three and a half months till the next one. And then, a month gap, and then 2 months, and it's Christmas. Don't even care that much about public holidays because I'm a contractor and I don't get to fucking actually take a break. I don't get paid. So there. Hey, Chris, how you doing? Robot Man Greg, hello, sir. Yeah, I don't think we actually have a Labor Day holiday anymore because that's one of the state government gazetted holidays. And the Premier decided to gazette a holiday for the Friday before the AFL Grand Final for the AFL parade. So I think that took the place of Labor Day. I actually now want to look that up again just to be sure. Oh no, apparently we had Labor Day at the start of March. There you go. I just wanted to look that. We had Labor Day at the start of March. There you go. I think there used to be a state public holiday for the Royal Easter Show or something, show day, and turned that into Grand Final Day. Musical Aviator, hello. Don't think I said hello to you. Yes, I just looked up. Labor Day was in March. So we've had that. But yes, public holidays are weird because some are federal, some are fixed, and then some are gazetted state holidays. The state government can declare them at whenever and name them whatever. So Labor Day can be any time. I think the Queen's birthday can be observed at any time. I don't know if that's federal or state. I don't know. Abigail, on top of a painful day, ran out of money. Damn, till next week. Life on disability sucks. Yes, considering sex work. Well, I should get you to do some tech work, and I can pay you for some tech work because I actually need stuff done. Notice I said tech work, not sex work, but that's okay. Music Gravity, remember your first day at work was on Victorian Labor Day. And IT hadn't made your profile yet, said to spend 8 hours of double time doing nothing. God damn. Should you reckon Labor Day needs to be dumped for other events? What's your well, yeah. To be clear, Shieldsy, Labor Day is not about the Labor Party. Labor Day is to commemorate the work of unions winning an 8-hour day. It's just a coincidence that it's called Labor Day. It's not actually about the Labor Party. It's about unions, and it's to commemorate unions winning us the right of an 8-hour day. Yes, Abigail, I think I need to get you to have a look at my PC. Might even organize it for this coming weekend, like bring the box over to your place. Chris, you just finished celebrating International Working Day in the US. Nice. Well, May 1, May Day is one, it's not necessarily a public holiday, but it's an observed event around the world for people who are pro-union, pro-worker. Actually, for fun, let's look up the history of May Day. So, 1st May, ancient festival of spring, current traditional spring holiday, many European cultures. In 1889, May Day was chosen as International Workers' Day for socialists and communists. All right, Wikipedia is obsessing with the spring festival in Europe. What are they, bloody anti-union or something? look it up from a union perspective. International Workers' Day. Okay. So Wikipedia calls it International Workers' Day. Known as Labor Day in most countries, often referred to as May Day. Yes, chosen in 1889. Great international demonstration in support of working class demands for the 8-hour day. Date had been chosen by the American Federation of Labor to continue an earlier campaign for an 8-hour day in the United States, which culminated in the Haymarket Affair, which occurred in Chicago on 4th May, 1886. So, yes, unions and dirty communists around the world used May Day to campaign for an 8-hour day, which we eventually got. Oh, there, Chris. Might not be a public holiday, but it's a holiday to you. And there is your birthday next weekend. We should have a long weekend for that. That sounds like you really want to mark the birthday. Shirley, what's an 8-hour day? Yeah, people are having hard fought for the right to have an 8-hour day. Very few full-time workers only work an 8-hour day. Most people work more time than that because of various pressures. But we officially have an 8-hour day. I mean, if you're in the public service, which I think is like officially 7 hours and 14-minute day, something like that. Yes, it's symbolic. The 8-hour day was symbolic for 8 hours work, 8 hours play, 8 hours sleep. So that was the idea. The day was divided into 8 hours for work, 8 hours for yourself, and 8 hours rest. And you actually see that symbol on a lot of union things, the 3/8. It's a very symbolic thing. And of course, everything won by the unions, literally with the blood of workers over the past 150 years, has been ground down and watered down and, if not totally thrown out in the last 30 years, thanks to neoliberalism. Fuck you guys. Oh, well. Good time, 8:30. Been responsible and had my non-alcoholic drink. I'm going to try. I got my banana syrup. Come here, banana syrup. For those who weren't here when I was talking about it earlier, this is the thing I made. Anna in Canada on Facebook. Hello to you. This is the thing I made. This is banana syrup, and I got the idea off a website. It's literally just banana skin, weigh it so you know how much it weighs, and then cover it with its own weight in sugar. Mystery visitor to the kitchen. You cover it in its own weight in sugar. And sugar has this thing where it leaches moisture out of things. Like I've done it before with citrus peel. It never occurred to me. Do you just want me to get you something? Yeah. Mysterious hooded figure is going to get something out of the fridge. The rest of the family is more publicity shy than me, which is only fair. So yes, but yeah, it had never occurred to me to do it with banana. But people said, "Yep, just get banana, cover it with sugar." So got because I was eating a banana while I was putting it in a smoothie actually. But anyway, so I had a banana skin, covered it in its own weight in sugar, and left it for a day and a half, and the sugar turned into liquid, just absorbed all this liquid out of the banana thing. And it was a brown sugar, as you can probably tell. It's coconut sugar I got from the supermarket. And so I don't even know like how banana-y this is because I haven't tasted it properly. I had like a drop of it. But I think I'm going to make a rum old-fashioned with this as a sweetener. Shieldsy, your mum loved overtime. Some days she did 12 hours as a hospital clerk. Oh, if you're actually getting paid for the overtime, that's one thing. The the majority of us do beyond the hours we're meant to without getting any paid overtime because the sort of pressures we're put under. I'm going to get a little spoon and taste this banana. Okay. So, I just made a little thing like that's about 150 mils. It's not that much. Satisfying pop. It looks like an apothecary's bottle, doesn't it? It's like I'm doling out a bit of medicine here. No. Kind of. I think it mostly tastes like the sugar. Kind of tastes like golden syrup. I want to make some with white sugar too. Okay. Doesn't really taste like banana. Although it doesn't taste like the original sugar either. It's taken on this sort of golden syrup flavor. So, all right. I'm going to stir this cocktail. What do I need? I need my jigger. I need some rum. And some bitters. All right. I'm going to get another spoon because I'm going to crack some ice. All right. Spoon for ice cracking. Stirring glass. Strainer. Come here, Hawthorne strainer. Right. All right, I'm going to move this, get this out of the way. Get some ice out. Just chill this glass for a minute while I do that. Right. Ice, baby. Where are you? What am I doing? All right. Oh, that's clumsy. All right. Just hang around. Do a bit of cocktail ASMR. Right. Oh, wow. Yeah, Shieldsy. Overtime, double time on Christmas and New Year's Eve. Well, someone's got to do it. And if you want to do it and you want to rake in the cash, it's the way to go. Okay. Remarkably little mess by my standards. I think I'll push my luck and do another one. Yes, Abigail, don't drop a glass and break it on a live stream. That would be embarrassing. I don't know who does things like that. Not me. Very embarrassing to think that. Okay. That was remarkably successful ice cracking by my standards. Made very little mess. Okay. I think I know what rum I want to try this with. I'm going to use this and this. A Cuban rum. And spice it up with a little bit of overproof rum. And bitters. I'm supposed to put a dash or two of bitters in. This is my jiggerat. Okay. Alrighty. Oh, and the finger. Da-da-da-da. Da-da-da-da. Shieldsy, you actually managed to borrow some money off your mum when she's getting all the sweet, sweet overtime. Right. So, I'm just going to mix this. All right. So, feature this. Man, the instant you open this has got such a strong aroma. Just this sort of caramel and slightly banana-y. So Mostly that one. Over there out of the way. And just a little bit of this one, the overproof one. Just to kick it in the guts. Just a little bit. And I was looking at the recipe. I might have done it wrong. Just a little bit more. A little bit more. There we go. And now my sugar syrup, for which I shall use my banana syrup. Fantastic sound. That much. Ooh, that's dark and rich. And just a dash of bitters to round things out. Oh, might have been a bit much, but that's okay. Bitters is good. ASMR. It's pretty good. I get the glass. I was chilling like the villain. Hope it hasn't chilled. Oh, it's chilled a bit. I might just get this last bit of ice from that tray. Alrighty. Shizzy, disability pension's better now. Well, that is good. Getting adequate levels of support is somewhat of a plus in this world. All right, so. Ooh, I tell you what, the banana syrup has made the drink very dark. Very dark and... Ooh, see, this is good ASMR. I'm going to do a video where there's just an hour of this. Glass clinking with ice. Oh, God damn, that's good. That is so good. Love me an old-fashioned. And yes, I suspected my banana syrup might go very well with rum. Actually, it'd probably go well with everything. I know what I'll do it for. I'm already planning. All this coming week's videos are done. Shot them on Thursday and Friday night. Following week is like World Cocktail Day. And I was thinking, well, just because the word cocktail used to just mean an old-fashioned, which is spirit, sugar, and bitters. That was the cocktail. And then in the late 19th century, that more mixed drinks started to get called generically a cocktail. When people like someone saying, you know, I want a cocktail, and they'd say, oh, do you want a flip, a fizz, a grog, a nog, a julep? And he said, no, give me that old-fashioned cocktail. So that's why rumor has it, that's why it's called the old-fashioned, because it was the original cocktail. Oh, so good. These days, if you just went in somewhere and ordered an old-fashioned, they would almost definitely give you a whiskey old-fashioned. That's what people take old-fashioned to mean now. And when I say whiskey, it would most likely be an American bourbon, unless they had or a rye. But it might most likely be that. Yeah, unless they were particularly pushing, say, an Australian whiskey, and they might do it with an Australian whiskey. But technically, any spirit done this way is an old-fashioned. This is a rum old-fashioned. You could do a brandy old-fashioned. Technically, not that that's the thing people do. You could do a gin old-fashioned. It's fucking good though. But yeah, traditionally it would have been whiskey or brandy or rum. Thank you, Silliam. I'm glad you like the glasses. Make a glass clinking with a macro video of the glass. Yeah, maybe. Yes, no, Mega Leech. I would loop it. Obviously, you make a good point of. See, now I've drunk some of the drink. It's slightly less melodic with the clinking. It's more clunking now. Record a bit of it and loop it so it goes forever. And I do stirring and shaking too, but in post mix it down so it was a much quieter sound. Because I know, yes, stirring ice and shaking with ice is a much louder noise. I like the glasses, Salumi, but they're bloody... Yeah, made a mark on my nose, broke the skin. I'm going to have them adjusted, I think. But that's okay. I'll just get that done. But yes, I like the way they look. These are statement glasses. Every now and then I get statement glasses. And then I'll go a couple of years with glasses that are basically a much less strident of a statement. They're fairly neutral. And then I get statement glasses again. This is the first one for a couple of years. And I was like, because these, are making such a definite thing. I've said this before. I did actually take a picture in the shop and send it to Mrs. Angry and saying, are these too much? Because I like them, but I'm worried they're too much. And she said, no, they look fantastic. Get them. So I got them. And the people in the store were very excited that someone's getting them. Oh, those are new. We like them. Yeah, they're really bold. I was waiting for someone to sort of be bold enough to get them. And I go, well, let's be. I'm the bold guy getting those. So, I just had this weird idea. There are some rather extreme cocktails that have like 1.5 ounces, like 45 mils of bitters in them. They usually have Trinidad somewhere in the name. The most famous is a Trinidad sour. Like me, I'm a fan of a whiskey sour. So, and that's just whiskey, sugar, citrus, and you shake it usually with an egg white. But a Trinidad sour, instead of whiskey, it's bitters. As 1.5 shots of bitters, which I have had and I thought was okay, but it's a pretty intense drink. I just thought of a reverse old-fashioned with mostly bitters and just a splash of whiskey and call it a reverse old-fashioned. That'd be a test for you. And you went to a Midsummer performance tonight, saw a woman drink her own piss. I'm not sure why you're saying Midsummer in mid-autumn, but yes, someone drinking their own piss on stage. That's a statement. That's a statement right there. Or maybe I could make a reverse Sazerac, because I quite liked Trinidad Sour when I made it with the Peychaud's bitters. So, Sazerac. Split base Sazerac. This would be, a reverse split base Sazerac with about 1/10 of an ounce, like about 10 mils, somewhere between 5 and 10 mils of cognac, of rye whiskey and another whiskey, and then do 1.5 shots of Peychaud's bitters, a reverse Sazerac. That sounds like a deranged thing to do, and I just kind of feel like doing that. Ooh, nice. Salumi getting wine and ice cream. Excellent. What's interesting, Annette, if you saw someone doing that on stage, they are actually risking being arrested, because I'm sure they could be arrested on obscenity charges for drinking their own piss on stage. Oh, my word. What a world, eh? What a world we live in. I should drink some more water after this, because I'm almost finished this and I'm really tempted to have another drink. And it's like, yeah, you know what? You should drink some water. So I think I'll drink some water. Water. Americans get really upset at the way we say water. They can't understand it. So they say water, water, and we say water, and it really upsets them. It's just those brief moments when Americans can't understand an Australian accent at all crack me up. So you're for real, brought out a whiskey glass, filled it and drank it. I'm not sure what that's giving the world in terms of performance, but there you go. So Abigail, the pieces of loft bed are at most 2 meters long, single bed and some. 2 meters, I could probably, I'll get a tape measure in the back of my car and see if I could fit something that's 2 meters long in there, because I think there's a reasonable chance I could. I'll have to remember to do the measurement, though. I know, see, you're my better angel, Shieldsy. You convince me to drink water, because just a moment, it's not even 9 o'clock, and I've had a drink, which is fine. The temptation is to have more drink, and maybe I might have one more, but I think I'll have some water in the meantime. Annette, I love it. The skill was making yourself look cool doing it. Look cool pissing into a glass and drinking it. Damn. Right, let's just get some water while we're talking. Raiders, pissing in public's offensive behavior charges, drinking it's likely to be a crime. I reckon just because of how conservative some of the laws are, she could be prosecuted under pornography restrictions, because that's an interesting thing. Some porn that can still be, well, actually, I think technically porn's still illegal almost everywhere in Australia. I don't know if they've actually taken the law off the books or just stopped prosecuting it, but porn with pissing in it has been explicitly called out as something that should be prosecuted. So because the powers that be say it's unsafe. So I think this performer runs some considerable risk of prosecution under obscenity laws, which is more extreme than offensive behavior. Be a fun thing to say in job interviews for the rest of your life, wouldn't it? Do you have a criminal record? Well, I did get picked up for pissing into a glass and then drinking it on stage. just imagining the looks on people's faces when you said, oh yeah, I did this thing where I drank my own piss on stage. And the coppers took a dim view of it. That's a conversation stopper. That one is a conversation stopper. And yet you saw another performer deep throat a balloon and eventually swallow it. Yeah, well, that's just a trick. I have also seen someone do that, actually. John Smith, greetings to you in the USA. You may say, good on you, mate. Indeed. I'm not altogether sure what for, but feel free to say it. Absolutely. Oh, you know what I haven't done? What happened in the world today? What are the news headlines Google deems fit to tell us about? Ooh, more COVID cases in WA. Premier's doing some more restrictions. New Zealand temporarily pauses flights from WA. Might be another lockdown in Perth. Drama. Liberal Minister Maurice Payne denies racism motivated the ban on Australian citizens returning from COVID-ravaged India. I think you could justifiably say racism didn't motivate the ban on people returning from India, but racism could be a factor in them being comfortable with making the decision. So, picture of a sweat-drenched doctor reveals India's COVID-19 nightmare. I kind of think all the dead bodies reveal it more than a sweat-drenched doctor. I massive empathy and sympathy for the medical staff and the families and just the people who are going through a very good approximation of hell in India. It is nightmarish. And another woman drew a cartoon, Scott Morrison on a butt, and did ventriloquism, called herself Scat Morrison. Okay, that's funny. That is genuinely funny. John Smith, Biden couldn't find his mask in his own pocket. It's all over YouTube. People love doing shit like that with Joe Biden. Just because his brain's rotting as we watch, you know. An article on Amaro, from Italian community clubs to high-end restaurants. I have Amaro. I have several Amari over there. Tas election, Liberals win, not what Peter Goodwin was hoping for. What happened in Tas? I know the Libs won. 4 in down. Okay. Peter Goodwin claimed victory after calling a snap election. So you need 13 for an absolute majority in Tasmania. ABC is calling 12 confirmed for the Liberals and 4 in doubt. So you'd have to feel you were in with a chance of winning at least one of those 4, really. Liberals won 12, Labor won 7, Greens won 2, and 4 in doubt. So the Libs would have to be thinking of at least a narrow majority. So apparently the Premier is personally popular, setting a record for first preference votes, but it has not translated across the board. There's been a slight swing against the party. So they're saying at least 12 will fill out the benches, probably at least 7, but likely 9 Labor, 2 Greens, and 1 Independent. Ooh, who takes up the 5th seat still being battled out? Could go to the Liberals, but it could go elsewhere. So, geez, apparently they've just got one chance. Oh, well. So it hasn't really gone the way the Liberals did it to, but there you go. Alexander, a recent headline in the UK, COVID deaths will reduce. Oh, no. Oh, ow. I remember that. COVID deaths will reduce pensions bill. Yeah, that's bad. And John Smith, a Melbourne Demons supporter, 7 wins, 0 losses. Glad you're here to tell me because I literally pay zero attention. Even though it's like a fucking religion here in Melbourne, I pay zero attention to it. It just holds no interest for me. Well, that looks like a fun bullshit beat up. Angry mother tells woman to leave beach over tiny bikini. Do I want to click just to see a picture of the tiny bikini? Yes, I do. And I'll be upset if they don't show. It actually doesn't look that tiny. Okay, it does go right up her ass crack. She said I was lying on my back so she couldn't even see my butt. And when you can see her butt, the bikini does go right up her ass crack. But yeah, that seems like a beat up. Treeless pain leaves cities' western suburbs hot, dry, and dusty. Yep, there are way less. I used to live in the western suburbs. There are way less trees in the western suburbs than in the more affluent suburbs, like where I live now. Poet and writer Kate Jennings dies at age 72. I think I've heard of her. Jesus, woman charged after allegedly running down daughter and dragging her for 100 meters. Well, that's unpleasant. Australia's still trying to get vaccines from Europe because Scott Morrison's fucking useless and can't do it. Oh, this is like Melbourne's next generation trams could be trackless with rubber wheels. What, you mean buses? They might be buses? Raiders Wicked Weasel is the Aussie site I need for those images. Good to know. Good to know. Oh, dear. But just this headline, next generation trams could be trackless with rubber wheels. I mean, that would make them buses as far as I'm concerned. 2025 new trams will be cruising thanks to 1.5 billion Andrew's government injection. Nimble, low floor, and energy efficient, new vehicles will replace lumbering A and Z class trams built in the 70s and 80s. Manufacturers have been shortlisted. Much of the design work will be done in a tender process. Some experts are calling for a radical transformation of Melbourne's tram technology that will bring the city's trams in line with China and Europe. Others are calling for a measured approach, cautioning against reinventing the wheel in a system that's worked relatively well for over a century. Trams will be smaller, carry fewer people, seating will be proportionally comparable. Bidders, besides a generic one being shorter, they have to provide an option for a longer one as well for the busy lines. Smaller size trams are being prioritized so they can run along tight curves on parts of the network that are inaccessible to E-Class trams. Also be lighter, avoiding the need for expensive bridge strengthening works, which was required when the heavier E-Class trams were rolled out. Okay, so they're showing a picture of a battery-powered trackless tram in the Chinese city of Zhuzhou. And it looks like our trams, but it's runs on rubber and not on rails. So it looks like a tram, but drives like a bus. They'll be powered differently. Instead of relying on power from overhead wires, which was expensive to maintain, vulnerable to faults, new fleet will be partly powered by onboard batteries. Equipped with regenerative braking technology, which transfers kinetic energy released by the tram's brakes back into the tram's batteries, which helps to power the tram. It means a 40% drop in power usage. Will there be a cap in amount of energy the tram can draw from overhead lines? Right. Okay, trackless trams, like electric buses, but better. So-called trackless trams built, now operating in China, battery-powered vehicles with rubber wheels that use sensors rather than steel tracks to run. New South Wales and WA government are looking to roll these trams out, with the Morrison government putting $2 million into a business case for such trams in Perth. There you go. So they're cheaper than light rail. There you go. I'll link to article. Okay. I'll see if I can find it on Wicked Weasel. Raiders. It says Wicked Weasel. You want lingerie? Oh, right. Sorry. That's actually, I thought that was a news site. That is a site that sells swimsuits and lingerie that cover up the bare minimum, as the saying goes. Okay, so the link to the article about the woman who was harassed by another woman. Let me find it. Scroll past it. Here it is. Sorry, I will actually post it. Yeah, Metal Maniac Matt, when they said they run on rubber and not tracks, I thought that just sounds like a bus. But they look like trams, but they don't run on tracks. So that, I just posted a link to the article about the woman who got harassed by another woman. So, okay. Was there any, super changes, vaccination hubs. Yes. Here we go. AstraZeneca available to all Victorians aged over 50 from Monday. That's me. Ugh. State government has thrown open the doors all of its COVID-19 vaccination centres to every Victorian over 50, part of a massive nationwide inoculation effort. Okay. And okay, I am now going to put out one of my pet hates. I can get very pedantic with language, and I hate people who are very lazy with language. And this is one that so many people are guilty of, and media do it all the time. People say it all the time. Where is it? Okay. The COVID-19 response commander revealed the state was delivering only a fraction of the vaccine it was capable of. A fraction, without not even saying a small fraction, a tiny fraction. 99/100ths is a fraction, okay? So saying, oh, we're only getting a fraction of that is abso-fucking-lutely meaningless. It's lazy, bad use of language, and it fucking annoys me. Not even saying a small percentage, the same goes for percentages. When someone says, people tend to say a small percentage. They don't just say a percentage. Fraction. This is really bad. People just saying, oh, we're only getting a fraction of what we could. I go, well, 99/100ths is a fucking fraction. What kind of fraction do you mean? And yes, technically, Megaleech, 120 over 100 is a fraction. It's just like, it's such lazy use of language. It fucking annoys me. When I do old school angry now, I'll just go on things that fucking annoy me. When people put shit on social media that's not true. So the latest one that's fucking shitting me, and it's been around for ages, but I've seen a resurgence of it lately. It's pictures of things saying, oh, baby platypus is called a puggle, and I needed to share this with you. And that's true. I think the name for a baby platypus is a puggle. But then they share this picture, or usually multiple pictures, of an ultra cutesy toy. It's not a fucking platypus. It's a fucking toy. And you only need to look at the fucking picture and engage your fucking brain and go, well, that's not real. That's a toy. that's a cutesy toy. And people keep sharing it. And I just keep fucking losing my line. Like, for fuck's sake, stop sharing something that's obviously fake. What the fuck is wrong with you? John, that's actually, it is uncommon for fridges to have the freezer on the bottom here. It is more common for the freezer to be on the top. There are some that have the fridge on the top because they go, I believe the logic is they go, well, you go to the fridge way more than you go to the freezer, so why not make that more convenient for you? And the freezer's on the bottom. So that's actually less common. Raiders, you had to proofread a letter from your mother's solicitor recently, full of grammatical errors. Yeah, and after what you pay a fucking solicitor, what do you do? Anyway, people aged over 50 are being vaccinated sooner because AstraZeneca is recommended to not go to under 50s, which is probably needlessly cautious, but anyway. So, over 50, if I want, I can go to Bendigo Hospital, La Trobe Hospital, Albury-Wodonga, GV Health, Eastern Health, Northern Spring, Monash Health, Dandenong, Kingston, Moorabbin, Berwick, Frankston, Royal Exhibition Building, Melbourne, and the Exhibition Centre, former car factory in Geelong, Heidelberg. Yeah, I'm going, I think, because the Royal Exhibition Building, which is in Carlton, which is actually not that far from the office that I have not been in for the last 12 months. So I might go into the office for a day and get my vaccination. I'm getting my flu vax on Tuesday, and I'm going to confirm with them because everyone says you're not meant to get the coronavirus vaccine for at least 2 weeks after you get flu vax. I'm getting flu vax on Tuesday. So when I go there, I will just check with them like, hey, what's the advice about getting the COVID vax as well? But I think you're meant to wait for 2 weeks. So once I know that, I think I'll book an appointment to go in and get my first COVID vax as well. Take that little feel, like there's like no virus except for the occasional outbreak. So, but it'd take that little concern away from me. Raiders, you're under the impression UK fridges have the freezer on the bottom. I don't know because I'm not in the UK. Cow hugging vegan, hello. Excellent. Cow hugging vegan. You're saying a puggle is a baby echidna, which is a second reason to be upset at this stupid thing. Baby platypus called. Oh, okay. Apparently, this is saying, although there's some controversy, is the official status. People do call baby platypuses puggles, same as echidnas, because they're both, egg-laying mammals. So I think it's like not official, but everyone calls them puggles. So yeah. So Raiders, the exhibition building is run by your St. Vincent's. Good hands. Nice. There we go. Yes, I know. We can see the Royal Exhibition Building from your house, walking distance. It's within walking distance of my work. It's quite close. I'm like right at that end of the CBD. So short walk up to the exhibition centre, exhibition building. Earthcrow, hello. Good evening to you. So drink a bit more water. But yes, while it might be legitimate to call a baby platypus a puggle, these stupid fucking pictures that are circulating on social media with a super fucking obvious fake. It's obviously a cutesy toy, not a real fucking platypus, and it fucking shits me when people share it. Oh, nice. Raiders, you know where the wild platypus live. I have seen them in the wild, not for a little while. I haven't been anywhere that's good for platypus habitat in a while. Ooh, the EU antitrust regulators have charged Apple over App Store restrictions. That's interesting. Oh, the UK is given the green light to self-driving cars on motorways. So I'm just looking at anything else interesting. Sports not interesting. Supermoon photos. Okay. Another thing that shits me. John, you think I was actually enunciating the R in water? That's good. That's great. Started contributing to Hit Record, being somewhat online productive for change. Nice. Yes, Mega Leech, the official name for egg-laying mammals is monitoring. And good evening, Safa. And another pet hate. Okay. Whenever people talk about, full moon or super, when you take a picture, like even if you're looking at a really cool looking full moon and you go, I'm taking a picture, whether it's with your phone or a camera, and then you look at the picture and it's come out shit and you go, why does it look so shit? And it's kind of, the short answer is kind of because your eyes are lying to your brain and the phone's not lying to you. But then you'll see these photos every time there's like a super moon or a full moon. You'll see these photos in the media, not just social media. It'll be like on news sites, and the moon looks fucking enormous in the photo. Like, wow, they've taken. How did they do that? And it's like, it's fake. Well, they took the photo, but they're basically fucking around. They've got a particular lens with a particular focal length and a particular depth of field, and they are taking photos that are a lie. Because if you were looking at where they took the photo, you would not see what they produced in a photo. When you start messing around with cameras with very particular lenses that have a very particular focal length, you can really change the relationship between what's in the foreground and what's in the background. So whenever you see one of those photos that's this really spectacular full moon next to something, like there was one, I saw one, a typical one's like the Statue of Liberty, where the full moon is over the torch the Statue of Liberty holds, and it looks huge. And you wonder, how do they do that? The short answer is it's fucking bullshit. Okay, they're using often in-camera trickery with a zoom lens with a particular focal length, and that's when they're not just straight out fucking lying, where they're changing it in post-production in Photoshop, because people are not averse to doing that either. But that's another one of my pet hates, when people take photos that are complete bullshit and everyone goes, that's amazing. I go, no, it's bullshit. It's fake. And they go, no, it's not. They took the photo. And I went, they used the mechanics of the camera to produce an image that isn't real. That is not what you would have seen if you were there. It's like an escalation of the difference between your eyes and an iPhone camera. You look at the moon, full moon, it looks really impressive. You fuck, that looks cool. And you get the iPhone out and take a picture and it looks like shit. Essentially, your eyes are lying to your brain, but the iPhone's not lying to you. And that's taken to the nth degree with these photos that they use zoom lenses with particular focal lengths. But yeah, the short answer is it's bullshit. And it annoys the fuck out of me. So Raiders, as part of the Yarra Templestowe, you can view platypus from the Roughy Trail suspension bridge. Nice. Local residents help you spot them. That's cute. Earthcrow, one of your brothers took a photo of the sun with cellophane on the lens, showed it to people saying it was a UFO, and people just believe the dumbest fucking shit. I got slightly hooked on videos by a really successful Australian YouTube channel, and I've met her. I think it's called How Do You Bake That? It's called something like that. I think it's called How how do you bake that? Actually, I'll just look it up. How do you bake that? I think it's called that. Okay, it's called How to Cook That. Anne Reardon, I'm pretty sure I've met her at a YouTube thing. She's really nice. Anyway, the channel's great. And besides baking stuff, over the last couple of years, she's done a series debunking viral videos where people show you this amazing thing that's clearly not fucking true. You look at it and it's clearly not true. But because it's visually very compelling, it gets watched and shared literally millions of times across social media, and it's complete fucking bullshit. One of them that she comes back to again and again and again is called 5-Minute Crafts. And I sometimes watch their videos on Facebook, and because I watch them a couple times, they get recommended to me more often. But I was watching one and they're like these different things, and I was like, yeah. And then they did this one, and I forget what it was, but it started with a lump of coal, and I think they like covered it in peanut butter, and I don't know, they did something like covered in peanut butter and cooked it or whatever, and then scrubbed off all the shit that they put on the coal, and it comes out, it's completely clear. And I was just looking at it going, well, that's clearly not real. That is stupid as fuck. That is clearly not real. But my brain was just trying to process, why would someone deliberately fabricate something so obviously false? And it's like, I don't know, I've got too much morals or something. And I was just looking at it going like, I was having so much trouble processing it. Like, why the fuck would someone do something that is so obviously fake and so obviously not real? And it's for clicks. It's like if you make something that's visually compelling, it gets shared heaps on social media, and it's just this soulless fucking bullshit, and it does my head in. I mean, what does that say about me? Am I naive? Just that I have trouble processing, why the fuck would you do something that is so obviously false? And I don't know. I really don't know. But okay, I have to admit, those things don't aggravate me as much as the other things I was telling you about. It's just like, oh wow, these people, they're just like a content farm that are just churning out fake content and being rewarded by YouTube to the tune of tens of millions of dollars for churning out this repetitive fake content. John Smith, have I seen a TV show called The Carbano Effect? Guy does tricks that can be only done with the magic of TV editing. It's trickery, insults one intelligent. Yeah, people who do that shit me too. And that's another one that Anne has shown. People are like saying stuff as if like it's this much. And there's this really obvious, like there's a really obvious camera cut. And what they have before and after the cut are obviously two different things. Like obviously two different things. And it's just like, man, they're just fucking insulting your intelligence at this point. Like, watch the viral video, monkey. Share it, monkey. And it's just like, Jesus. Oh, yeah, carrying vegan, those vegetable growing hacks that are bullshit. And some of them are just dumb. Like, it's like they don't reject any idea, no matter how stupid it is. Like, they come up with hacks that are clearly more difficult than performing the task without the hack. They go to this whole fucking, oh, look, now you can do this. I can do it before. It was easier to do it before you did this ridiculous bullshit. What the fuck? It's just, my God. But yes, Anne Reardon's always showing these ones where they're baking stuff, and it's obviously not real. And she goes, I'll try it anyway, and I'll show it to you. And like, yes, some of them, like, they don't even try. They don't even try to conceal that what they're doing is fake. They're just like, what the fuck? What are you going to do? You know, call the police on us for doing fake shit? You know, try. It's just like, fuck. It's just like, it's so dumb. So dumb. But yeah, it's probably the ones that weird me out are the ones where the hack is actually way more difficult than performing the same task without the hack. I'm just thinking like, Jesus Christ, this shit has just gotten so weird. But it engages people, and all YouTube and Facebook care about is an engaged audience. They don't, well, they're starting to pretend they care about audiences being lied to. They seem to care a little bit about audiences being radicalized into doing mass shootings through sort of various racist and bigoted channels and stupid conspiracy bullshit that has multiple times culminated in mass shootings. So they kind of care about that. I'm going to make a whiskey sour, which is what I'm doing now, in case you're wondering. Make a whiskey sour with my flash new one. Oh yeah, cow hugging vegan nature channels with misinformation. Abigail, that is one of my favorite home tips. If you're time poor and don't have the time to boil water for every meal, pre-boil a whole week's worth of water and put it in like Ziploc bags in the freezer for later use. That's my all-time favorite time-saving tip. Metal Maniac, am I trying to say Q isn't real? No, Q is real. Q is a child pornographer who lives in the Philippines. It's been established pretty strongly who Q is, which is hilarious because they talk about the secret bringing down of the Hollywood elite pedophiles, but they are literally being hooked by someone who's a pedophile. So, drinking some more water. Gonna make whiskey sour. Oh, that's an excellent tip for the busy household as well, Earthcrow. Get new dehydrated pools, just add water for the complete pool experience. See, these are the tips and hacks that actually mean something. I like these. All right, I'm gonna check. There was pasteurized egg white in here. When was the expiry date on it? Now, maybe I'll use it for the last time. It smells fine, I think. I might just test this. I'm going to put a bit in a glass. Be back in a second. Right. Pour a bit in a glass. Does that look okay? That looks okay. I'm sure it's fine. What's a little food poisoning between friends anyway? What's the worst that could happen? I could just end up spending the night vomiting and shitting uncontrollably. Been there, done that. Got the postcard. Right, so on a shaker. My new Archie Rose single malt in demand whiskey. Probably make hardcore whiskey snobs freak out that I'm just making a whiskey sour with it. Abigail, if you're low on space but still love your old game of tennis, you can cut tennis balls in half and store so many more in one tube. See? This is the real deal. These are the tips that can really help you. John Smith, Oscar's got under 10 million viewers. Don't give a shit. Do not give a shit. Let me see. Okay, so ice in the shaker. Satan's Whiskers. That sounds like a good drink, doesn't it? Sorry, that is not what I was going to look up, but now I need to see it. What is Satan's whiskers? Gin, vermouth, Grand Marnier, orange juice. Yuck. Sorry. Orange juice in cocktails automatically turns me off because the drink just ends up tasting like orange juice. So lemon juice. Oh, wait, where's my lemon juice? It's in the fridge. Just squeezed some today, in fact. All right, so let's go. I'm going to use my banana syrup again. Why the hell not? Banana syrup in a whiskey sour. Whiskey sour, whiskey sour. Egg white. Should have done a reverse dry shake. I always forget. That's okay. C'est la vie. 2 ounces of whiskey. Glug, 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 glug. That's another sound for cocktail ASMR. The glugging of a very full bottle when you pour out of it. Smells good. And bitters. I'll do. I didn't put the lemon juice in, did I? Did I? No, I didn't. Wash out the whiskey. We're going to put a little bit less than they say, though. What do they say? A whole shot. I like it a bit less. There we go. Right. Now, this would be an appropriate time to tell headphone wearers to be a bit cautious. Because it makes a bit of a noise. Okay, that's really fucking cold. It's how you know when you've shaken your cocktail enough, when the shake is really fucking cold and hurts your hand. Right, I am just going to fine strain this into my waiting glass. Fucking shit. Stuck to my coaster. All right, there we go. Ooh, wow. It's made it really caramelly in color, the sugar syrup I used. That's interesting. Should have known that. So who's had the horrible memory wanting to find a book that you play somewhere? Not just a book, man. Anything like keys or phone. I have a habit of putting stuff down in the same place every time. When I put it down there. And then there's the time when I don't put it down there and I go, where the fuck is it? Hickey Dick, love from Illawarra. Love to see you in Illawarra. Mate, I don't know who you are, so I shouldn't say anything gendered. Earthcrow, ASMR does you in. Reminds you of when your Tourette's decides to hear soft sounds amplified and the primary noises are muffled. Oh, yeah. I could see that not being a thing. Another tip from Abigail. Did you know you can use raw chicken breast to pick up dust and crumbs from hard-to-reach areas? That actually seems like it would work. That's another great tip. That is another great tip. And it's all when people say like, is this edible? Everything's edible once. You just might never eat it or anything else again. Love is technically edible once. Metal Maniac, Matt, you've been watching more of my stuff. Nice. YouTube suggested something related to you. I have a teenage hater that dedicates his channel to... That actually sounds hilarious. I mean, surely he's not still fixating on me. I haven't been making political videos for over a year. Yeah, I don't know. COVID put me off making political videos. I just do live streams now. This still looks pretty good though, doesn't it? Very caramelly in color because of my banana syrup. And the foams are really caramel color. Would normally be whiter. What's it taste like though? Oh, tastes good. Oh man, that Archie Rose is just a little bit smoky, Apparently, it's a 6-barrel blend, and one of them was smoked. This has actually brought out the smokiness. That's really interesting. Making a whiskey sour really brings out the smokiness in the Archie Rose. Interesting. Safa, you're comforted by ASMR. That's what ASMR is meant to do. ASMR is meant to comfort you. I think I've creeped people out on the stream before when I've switched the mic to stereo and gone side to side, whispering ASMR style. Now that's winning texture. Sorry, I've two fucking comments got confused in my head. That's a winning tip, Abigail. Contact lenses hurt your eyes, but you want that creepy Halloween look? Drop a few drops of Tabasco sauce in your eyes. They'll be red for hours. That would be a good look for a party. And you'd probably be behaving a bit like a monster too. I think it looks like honey textured beer. Yeah, it's got a very beer quality. It's not normally sort of that cloudy and caramelly looking. That's the dark sugar syrup I put in. So Metal Maniac, he takes clips from my streams that are out of context. How funny. Metal Maniac Matt, have I seen the ASMR mics with ears on them? No, but they sound cute. And you have to tell me the name of this YouTube channel as well, because it sounds really funny. I mean, I'm not going to watch any of his videos. I'm now just intrigued as to how obsessed he is with me, because it's just super funny to me when they're obsessed with me. Hey, Justin, how's it going? Whiskey sour. I haven't made one of these in a while. Man, that smokiness in the Archie Rose. This would be okay. Now I know this is going to be good for any cocktail recipes that say to use Scotch or a smoky Scotch, because this has that characteristic, and it's really coming out in this drink actually. So that is something good. One of the funnier things, and I think actually a while back, had a troll come onto one of the live streams and try and make a song and dance about the fact I was drinking alcohol. That was terrible. Like, oh, yeah, it's such a loser drinking alcohol. I'm just like, oh, what's the matter? Are we not allowed to have alcohol in the white ethno state? How the fuck are you pieces of shit going to tolerate each other if you can't even drink? Because you are all, quite frankly, intolerable. And when you see the way they always end up fighting with each other, they are apparently intolerable to each other as well. It's like, yeah, you guys have got to get over your alcohol is bad thing, because it's the only way you're going to be able to tolerate each other, because Lord knows I can't tolerate you fucking at any time. So I'm just closing tabs I don't need. Did I finish water? Rock solid evidence of what happened to the dinosaurs. Oh god, that's going to be a pun, isn't it? About a fucking fossil. Rock solid, Jesus. World's oldest water found in Canada. Oxford researchers say it dates back 1.6 billion years. That's such a weird concept, calling something the world's oldest water. Man, I like whiskey sours. Could have used even less lemon in there. I used to like more lemon in it, but now I like less lemon. But that's okay. I still like it. Earthcrow, your first Christmas as a Santa, you had some Christians abuse you in front of children for encouraging alcoholism because I was saying Merry Christmas. That was fun. Good Lord, that is fucking weird. Safra, it's not raining at the moment. Just before I went live, there was rain and some lightning. That was just before I came live. So, but it's very quiet at the moment. No rain, no lightning, no thunder. Abigail, if you're behind someone at an ATM late at night, don't want them to worry about you being threatening. Give them a gentle kiss on the neck. That would work. That would work. Oh yeah, Abigail, you would get good lightning views from your apartment, seeing you can see all the way up to Mount Dandenong. Matt, what's just the name of this channel? Not sure where you're sending me the DM, but just the name of the channel, and I might be able to find it, unless it's like a very piddly small thing that doesn't show up on YouTube search. Because yeah, these people being obsessed about me never stops being funny. I really thought it'd stop because I haven't been making political videos for the last year. So if someone's still doing it, that is a truly hilarious, sad bit of obsession. World politics gone mad. Okay. I want to look it up. Okay. World politics gone mad. Yep, there's a one from 5 months ago. Bully angry Aussie getting sensitive and cries about he bald hair. Which is super weird heading when you can see in the thumbnail I have a full head of hair. That is weird. All right, no one watches these videos. That's okay. Yeah, there's another mysterious kid. Can I help you with anything? No, you're okay? All right. Safa, Tassie Labor didn't get wiped out. In fact, there was a very, very slight swing against the Liberals. Apart from the Premier is apparently popular and got like record first preference votes in his own seat. It just didn't translate to anyone else in the Liberal Party. So, yeah, we wait. We wait with bated breath for what's going to happen in the next federal election, because who fucking knows? I have no faith whatsoever in Labor, but Morrison's been fucking things so badly, repeatedly for like the last 6 months, that he is looking really shaky. I would have said, previous to him like fucking up all the federal responses to COVID, and also all the responses about rampant sexism in the Liberal Party, previous to him fucking all those things up, I would have thought he was going to win the next election easily, but could be in trouble. And I am really looking forward to the next Victorian state election, where it won't be Western Australian level pasting, but I think it's reasonably safe to predict Labor will get a higher primary vote across the board than the previous election, and in all probability be re-elected with an increased majority. I don't see there being a change to that, but who knows? You know, so Raiders, little shit lives in the outer western suburbs of Melbourne. Well, Okay, let's let him have his fun, because if he's stuck out in the outer western suburbs of Melbourne, that's a really shit life. So he's trying to cope with his little shit life by whining. Oh, another good tip from Abigail: is your ice cream too frozen solid for your spoon to scoop it out? Oh yes, try zapping the spoon in the microwave for 30 seconds to warm it up. That's, again, another really helpful household tip. And yes, Safa, Morrison is trying to avoid any responsibility for quarantine, even though it is constitutionally a federal responsibility. And I don't know what a COVID passport is, so I don't know. I do remember, like, stupidly, like, don't put a spoon in the microwave. Okay. I have put metal things in microwave accidentally. I didn't realize there was metal in them. Like, there was a plate and the design on it actually had metallic paint in it, and I didn't really notice. And I put some food on this plate in the microwave, and just lightning started coming off the metal paint. So yeah, not good. I remember, like, a 4chan one from years ago, and so it's like how to clean your microwave. I forget what it was, but it's basically putting bleach and some other reactive agents into a bowl and then putting it in a microwave, which is going to fucking explode or ignite or just make literally toxic, as in can kill you, smoke. And someone posts, hey, you should blah, 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 blah. I forget what they said the reason was, whether it was going to clean the microwave or used it for something else. But there was this collection of ingredients which were, if you understand anything about household chemicals, these are very dangerous things to mix. And it was put it in a bowl and microwave it, which is clearly a terrible idea. And the first person posts it, and then 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 people comment like, wow, I tried it. These are all people who know this is a really fucking bad idea. And they're going, this is awesome. I tried it and it works great. And there'll be all these comments of people playing along saying how awesome it is. And then there's one going, okay, I'm going to try it. And then a couple comments down, fuck you guys. You guys are pieces of shit. Someone who didn't know what was going to happen actually did it and fucked their microwave and probably fucked their kitchen. Raiders, that's harsh. He's not far from the women's prison, so he spends time with his mum. Damn. Earth Grader, we need the LNP out. Did you see the Liberal Party control the Uni of Melbourne? Menzies Research Centre is now part of Uni of Melbourne, working together uni research. Oh, the way the Liberals are fucking destroying universities is bad. Safa, with a lot of exceptions, you can shorthand it to say West Melbourne poor, East Melbourne rich, to shorthand it. Oh yes, cow hugging vegan. That would defrost the loaf of bread extra fast if you put a metal twist tie in there. Oh, Matt, at least lemon and bicarb in hot water in a bowl in a microwave wouldn't produce an actual dangerous toxic gas. Would make a mess. But this one that I saw on 4chan would literally make a toxic gas, like could kill you. Another good tip, Abigail, you could put your mobile phone in the microwave for 30 seconds to kill all the bacteria on it. And recent models of iPhone can be charged by putting them in the microwave for 30 seconds as well. All true, all true. There are no disappointed people who followed that instruction. Again, okay, here's another pet thing of a fake thing that pissed me off. Not the creation of it, because the person obviously created it as a joke. Because I did see there were some early videos of microwaving a mobile phone, like an iPhone, and it starts to bubble, and it's actually pretty spectacular how the phone fucks up. And you can ignite the battery. The battery can explode very easily. So it's actually super dangerous. But someone did this animation. So it starts off with just like an iPhone or something in a microwave, and it's starting to bubble, and then there's a like burst, but there's this like animation. So the bubbling plastic takes on like form like the little demon that's in the microwave going blah, 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 and then it explodes. And so that was a fun thing someone did. Someone just showed off their CGI animation skills by doing this. But then people were circulating it, saying it was real, and I was like, "The fuck is wrong with you? What the fuck is wrong with you?" Oh yes, cowering vegan. The people, Trump supporters who got into drinking bleach to cure COVID. I don't want to be too harsh, but I think anyone who thinks drinking bleach will cure COVID should probably drink bleach to cure COVID. So yeah, Earthquake, you went to nuke food in aluminium at work once. Someone quickly told you it wasn't a good idea. Oh, microwaves are new to you. Yes, advice for the two things that I've done it accidentally and really took me by surprise, like one was the plate that had metallic paint on it that I didn't realize would make the fucking lightning. Another one was like, fun tip, like a bag of chips, crisps, you microwave them for 10 or 15 seconds and make them warm, and it's really yummy, which is nice. But I had one thing, and there was metal in the bag, which because like it was shiny and whatnot, but I didn't think it was really metal. It never occurred to me, and I put it in the bag in the microwave and switched the microwave on, and it just goes wow, wow, with lightning coming off because of the metal in the chip bag. That took me by surprise. Yeah, Raiders. Basically, anyone who believed anything Trump said should. Long walk off a short pier. Another helpful tip from Abigail: maximize horsepower from your car on the freeway. If you're driving a manual car, shift into top gear, fourth or even fifth works best, and then go into R for race mode, which is fun, except you can't actually do it. You get the worst grinding in all of history. And of course, autos won't actually let you do it. If you can't find them, grind them. Raiders, you fucked up. Oh my God. When you really, I like fucked a microwave. It was still working, but with microwave popcorn, I essentially fucked a microwave once. I was following the instructions. I don't know. And I just cooked it too much and just filled it with smoke. And it permanently stained and permanently odorized that microwave with this really gross burnt popcorn smell. I was not popular with my fellow householders for having done this. I'll just throw that in there. But I swear, I was following the fucking instructions. I followed the instructions. And I don't know, maybe the microwave was stronger than I thought it was. And it just burnt the thing so badly. And the walls of the microwave were white. They were permanently brown after this. Nothing would get the stains out of, and just this permanent smell, really gross smell of burnt popcorn. Like cooking popcorn is a great smell. It's one of the great smells. Burnt, like seriously burnt popcorn in a microwave is a very bad smell. Earthquake, one of your children decided to clean the nuker when she's little. Pool of water came out when you lifted it. Oh, dear. All right, you reckon it's possible to put a manual in reverse at speed if the mechanical lockout's removed? I don't know. You just hear the grinding of all history. Oh, dear. Transmission would just fall out of the car. God, that would be nightmarish. What would happen if you could do that? Abigail, you once defrosted a sausage roll in the microwave. Unbeknownst to you, it had still a sliver of foil in the filling. Fuck the microwave and burnt the sausage roll savagely. God damn. Yeah, this was a few years ago. I fucked up this microwave. Like, it still technically worked, but it was diabolical because there was this permanent smell of really gross smell of burnt popcorn. Oh, geez, I was not popular for having done that. Very, very, very bad. I was like, oh, yikes. I didn't mean to do that. Oh, it's just that's not good. Oh, well. It was misadventures. This is how we learn things. It's kind of like, you know, how I think really expensive ovens, the oven door doesn't get hot, but usually oven doors get hot. Um, both my kids learned the 100% method of not touching ovens when they were little toddlers in the kitchen baking something. I saw them, I don't know, the light interior. I said, don't, no, don't go near it. Don't go near it. It'll burn you. It's hot. Don't go near it. And I don't know, their bullshit curiosity got the better of them and they touched the glass with a finger, which burned them. So lots of tears, lots of crying, and, you know, putting it in cold water and said, I told you. And both times they got a blister on the end of their finger. So the finger was sore every time it touched anything for days afterwards. That sent the fucking message home. Both of them were really lucky. It was just the tip of their finger, but it really sent the message home. Annette, early night, good night. I'm going to be gone in 10 minutes as well. So where did you watch a guy in Germany? Money shifted his brand new GR Yaris on track. That sounds really diabolical, honestly. Yeah, people do weird shit on YouTube, basically. And stupid shit and inexcusable shit. Actually, even talking about every now and then, like, people recommend videos, like the guy who does the glitter bombs for people who steal parcels. He was exposed as faking them. Those weren't thieves who took the parcels. It was all staged, and it was his friends who did the opening thing. And doesn't mean they're not funny and entertaining, but it still shits me when people just blatantly lie about what they're doing. Oh my God, he went from fourth to third, but that's a thing. Meaning to shift down from fourth to third, but going into first. I think everyone's done that at some point. If you drive a manual long enough, the noise the engine makes when you accidentally go from fourth to first instead of fourth to third, holy shit. You don't forget that in a hurry. Matt, yeah, I think it's Mark Robber, or his name's something like that. Yeah. Some of you reckon manuals are scary. Manuals give you more control, but they give you more opportunity to fuck things up as well. When you have more manual control, you have more opportunities to fuck these. I love that, Raiders. It's known as a money shift because it costs you mucho dollars. Is that it? Okay, is that the guy's name? Okay, I'll see if I can find a reference, because I know he had to say he shot some of the stuff with friends. Mark Ruber. Oh God, he did that. Okay, I have to admit, his Squirrel Ninja obstacle course shit me. Okay, now I just want to Mark Ruber glitter bomb fake. Partially faked. Featured fake thieves. Some internet dissonance pointed out discrepancies in the video. On Wednesday, videos creator Mark Rober confirmed some of the reactions had been faked, although he had not known that was the case at the time he posted the video. He removed a minute and a half of footage from the original video after learning some of the thieves were actually acquaintances of the person he asked to help plant packages on doorstep. Rober said he agreed to compensate the person, who was a friend of a friend, based on the number of packages that were successfully recovered. Oh, so he blamed someone else. YouTuber later learned his helper recruited 2 people to open the packages on tape. 3 apparently real reactions remain in the video, Rober said. Okay, he's blamed someone else. So he's apparently an impressive person. Worked on NASA's Curiosity rover. Yeah. Okay, him blaming someone else, I think fucking stinks. So right, is manual and road car becoming less available, replaced by CVT, continuously variable transmission? Well, I got my last car like 5 years ago. It's a manual. Yeah, and I had heard it's getting more difficult to get manuals. So I don't know if I'm ever well, I don't know. At some point I'll get another car, I guess. But after 5 years, this one's still running really well. Kept my last car for 10 years. So I'm in no rush to replace this car because it's not that there's nothing wrong with it, but it runs really well. So I'm in no rush to get rid of it. Because it's still really comfortable, still drives really well. So it's all hunky dory as far as I'm concerned. Yes, and of course, Mega Leech EVs are all automatic because they don't have gears. They don't have that whole structure in the way they run. So they, by definition, are automatic. But because Australia has a shit infrastructure for electronic vehicles, don't know if I'm ever going to have one of them either. So who knows? He stopped driving for safety reasons. Ride by stretch vehicles now. That seems like a fine idea. But okay, so Mark Rober blamed someone else for the faking in his videos, which I think reeks a bit. But there's been a bunch of those ones that people called social experiments, and I forget the guy's name. I actually made a video because I was really angry because he's a fucking racist piece of shit who stages various things where he's trying to say black people are the real racists, and as he stages these things that he calls social experiments, and it's just like the dude is racist as fuck and stages things to try and say the black people are the real racists. When I looked up who Mark Rober was, he's the guy who makes the glitter bomb package videos. He had one that I did watch because he got, I think he's actually renamed it. When I looked at it, he called it the Squirrel Ninja Course. But there's a whole thing in parts of America where you have squirrels. Yes, thank you, Matt. Joey Salads, racist fucking piece of shit who fakes his videos. I think everyone gets squirrels in the US. I don't know exactly how widespread they are, but apparently it's really hard to stop squirrels from getting into bird feeders. Like whatever you come up with, squirrels find a way around it. And Mark Rober did one where he did this really convoluted series of obstacles for a squirrel to get around. And it annoyed me because he eventually had squirrels get to the feeder after they did this whole complicated obstacle course. It annoyed me because the course he built was obviously built to make it possible for the squirrels to get around, because the last thing was them having to jump. And as well, just fucking put the last bit further than squirrels can jump. I mean, duh. It's not that it was fake, but it annoyed me that he phrased it that I'm trying to do something that squirrels can't defeat. It's like bullshit. This was all designed to be difficult for squirrels, but they would eventually get there. It was clearly designed specifically to have squirrels doing funny things that they then defeat and whatnot. And that just mildly annoyed me. Apparently, one fun way to stop squirrels getting in the bird feeder is just to have it sort of far enough away from any fence or tree that it's too far for them to jump, and put a slinky on the pole, because they climb up the pole and they grab onto the slinky, and of course their weight pulls the slinky down and they fall off. And I have seen a product that has some very funny videos of it. It's some sort of it was like one of those deadly roundabouts they used to have in kids' playgrounds before. I'm pretty sure they banned them because they're so fucking dangerous. They terrified me as a kid. I wouldn't go on them. Things that you could push, go round and round to centrifugal force would throw you off at great speed. It's like a similar thing that's on just underneath the feeder. So birds are light enough that they don't have a reaction, but anything a little bit heavier, like a squirrel, makes this thing spin around. And there are these really fucking hilarious videos of squirrels getting to this and it starts spinning around, and just physics and momentum takes over, and it spins the squirrels faster and faster and faster until they just can't hang on and they get thrown off. Fucking hilarious videos. I have no idea if squirrels eventually work out a way to defeat that, but the videos of them hanging on to this thing that spins around faster and faster and faster till they can't hang on anymore, those videos are very funny. And anyway, that talk of squirrels brings us up to 10 o'clock. So I'm going to go to bed. Work tomorrow. Don't know who has work tomorrow, or school, or uni, or anything. Who doesn't? But bedtime. It's bedtime. So have a good week, everyone. I won't be live tomorrow night, Monday, but probably will be on Tuesday. And so, see you then. Who's that? Jim Chickens on Twitch. Good night. And yes, you can use ketchup to mark where you are in a book if you run out of book. Sorry, Jim. Wasn't a lot of anger today. It was more annoyance. I expressed annoyance at a couple of things. No real anger, though. But another time. I might get angry another time. But I will see you fine people. Oh, Raiders and Safa are watching F1. Enjoy that. I'll have a fun talk tomorrow about my boss quitting, and we'll see what happens from there. And I'll maybe catch you on Tuesday if you're free. But for now,